Can do it.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of The Outlanders here on Roll With It RPG. Tonight's episode is apparently sponsored by Kelnoran. Solve all of your problems. Take that as you will. Well, we'll go ahead and hop into this week's session and with a quick recap. So, at the last session, the Outlanders finished up their business in Hillsfar, were given a chest full of some contents that have yet to be uh, disclosed by the group itself, and a uh, javelin of lightning that was given to Rith, or was given to him as part of the group's thank you gift from the citizens of Hillsfar for preventing the coup and making the twins retreat and restoring Senator Domas to his rightful mind. You then began your trek back towards Arabelle with a quick stopover to see Thaya, and advise her that she was indeed in the notes of the twins and to be on the lookout for any potential repercussions against her, should she still prove to be a person of interest for them. And then you finished your trip south and arrived back in Arabelle. Some of you made your way over towards the tower to take the wagon home, unload it. Some other individuals went into town to talk to El Hazir, and then you guys were also advised that Rith was being asked for at Iglar's Fine Wines. He went there and found an old acquaintance by the name of Damien, who advised him that unfortunately Mano had been killed by Skirod. That Damien was there during the time frame, and he was only left alive in order to provide a letter from Skirod to Rith. And following Rith's review of the letter, his resolve to find and end the life of Skirod was further reinforced, although he did take a moment to catch up with Damien, and finding that their goals aligned, offered to introduce him to the rest of the group. And at this point, bringing him into the Outlanders fold, provided, of course, everybody else was going to be good with it. But at this point, Damien, Rith, you guys were heading back to the tower, I presume?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Rowan, you had finished up your business with El Hazir and made your way back in.
Yeah.
So, Rith, you arrived back at the tower. As you've already done so, the wagon is unloaded. Everybody is there at this point. So, group, as you see Rith comes in, he is followed by, if you wish to describe how Damien looks.
Okay. So Damien is a tiefling, kind of like a mud red. He has horns, but he's filed them down to almost nothing. He's wearing kind of robes, a little bit on the noble side, a little bit higher class, but at the same time, still not like overly dressed, just well dressed. Um, has a couple little earrings off the side of his ear, and is usually content with staying back and hidden, and doesn't want to mostly be spotlight or recognized, but is is motivated at the current time to find Ski Rod and try and figure out everything else that's going on. So.
All right. So, Rith, you come in. Who is where, I guess, in the tower at this point?
Kovac will be in his room.
Okay.
Same with her.
Okay.
And same with Olaf.
Okay.
Are they here, Rith?
Mm. They're probably in their room, or
Oh.
maybe outside. Is our what is her name? Beatrice?
Ilga.
Hilga. That's right.
Helga.
Ilga.
Ilga.
Ilga. Beatrice.
Ah.
I mean,
Beatrice.
Where's that come from?
Ilga resigned while you guys were away. She just couldn't handle the sending stone messages.
What the hell?
Is Hilga around? Do I see her?
She appears. You can hear some shuffling around in the room beyond the entrance, which you know is kind of the kitchen area.
Damien, stay here for a second. I'll be right back. I'll walk into that
Okay.
room.
Okay. You head in there. You can see Ilga kind of moving about. Looks like she's cleaning up the rest of the dishes and whatnot from preparing lunch. And
Hilga,
yes, Master Rith
may I?
or Rith. I'm not sure.
Rith is fine.
Okay, very well.
May I borrow stone?
Of course. She pulls it from a pouch on her hip and hands it to you.
I'll speak into it. If I could have everyone come down, please. Rith.
I'm glad you said that. I didn't know who it was.
You know?
Like he's signing a letter.
Rith is composing an email.
That's right.
Send.
Exactly. He'll hand it back to her. Thank you. I have friend here with me. Please come join to meet.
If you wish, yes.
I'll start heading downstairs.
Yeah, I'll head down.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody not heading down?
I missed that. You cut it. What did you say?
I said, is anybody not heading down?
No, the message.
Oh,
didn't
I
catch it.
said, please come
He asked for
downstairs.
everybody to come downstairs.
Okay. Yeah, Kovac will come down then.
Okay.
He didn't want to walk upstairs.
That's fine. So it takes about 2 minutes or so, but everybody, you hear various steps. I can't remember who's... people on the second level, you guys get down there first.
Okay.
I think Kovac, I think you were on the top floor.
Kovac and I know are on the top. I don't know who else is up there with us at this point.
I never picked a room, so I'm not really sure where I was at.
I'll say you were with
Lilith
Kilnorn at that point.
Yeah. I know Lilith and Kalnoran chose the second floor, but I don't know
Right.
if there's room for a third.
On the second floor, there are 3 rooms. And on the third floor, there are also 3 rooms available.
Yeah.
And then you have also the cellar, which is just kind of an open space. But, yes, you do have the additional space for up to 6 people in the tower itself. So 3 of them come down pretty quickly, and then maybe 15, 20 seconds later, Lilith and Kovac, you guys enter the main room to see Rith standing there with a ruddy-skinned tiefling.
Rith? Who's your friend?
This, my brother, Damien.
Nice to meet you. Is it Lilith, I believe?
Yes, it is Lady Lilith. Nice to meet you.
Hi. I hear. What did he tell me about you? You're a rogue of some kind, I believe.
Of some kind.
Oh, okay. I mean, now would be the time to correct that if you have anything else that you'd want to add.
I do want to add that your robe is very nice.
Thank you.
It's good to have somebody around here that has a little fashion sense sometimes.
Offended.
I mean,
Look at her.
Oh,
It's
Paul.
really all about the presentation.
I forgot about Kilnorn's suit.
That has armor over it.
Yeah,
It's probably ratted and dirty
super
and
filthy. I
Oh,
know.
it just looks like a really dressed up version of his regular clothes at this point. But it is of very nice quality.
Well, how you present yourself is very important in introductions, and it's really the
I
first time that
agree.
you get to talk to them. So I try
I
to put
agree.
the best face forward on that stuff. Who are the other companions here? So I believe you told me Ronan? Who's Ronan?
I'll raise my hand. It's Rowan.
Oh, Rowan. I apologize.
I'm Bryn. Nice to meet you.
Bryn, you said?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. And are you a furbolg?
I am.
Okay.
Regardless of what the others might say. Glare at Rowan and Lilith.
And then who are you, sir? Mike.
Me? Oh, I am Kovac.
Okay. Kovac. Nice to meet you all. So I assume you haven't probably been briefed as to why I'm here. No? Okay. So Riths and Mai's mentor, Mano, has been killed by Ski Rod.
Oh.
So my first objective was to try and find Rith and give him the information because that's the task that I was assigned. And then I am also wanting to try and find him and try and make him pay for the most part for what he's done. Rith seemed that you guys would be open to helping in these regards. I mean,
Of course.
you seem a little more adverse in, I mean, just based off of the mansion that we have here, you seem like you've done fairly well in your adventuring exploits. So I was just trying to see if we could enlist your help along this, or what we needed to give you to get the assist with this.
When do we leave?
Nothing needed.
I was going to help with skee ball anyway.
Yeah. He helped with something. He helped me with something. So I mean, I told him I'm down to help him with anything.
Okay. I mean, at this point, we only have his last location, which was Menno's little hut, or I guess it's a little bit more than a hut, out in the wilderness. Was his last known location. Beyond that, we have a letter. Rith might be able to speak a little bit more to the letter, but I don't think it gave us any hints on where to see him or find him. At least he
He's
didn't do
in the
anything.
old forest, the King's Forest.
The King's Forest.
Yes.
So-
Iglar is locating a map with location of potential place to be sent here.
So I guess that's the direction we're heading now. I don't know what type of transportation you guys have. I mostly rented a horse and then returned it after kind of being here.
We
So
have horse and carriages.
okay,
Horses and carriage.
okay. I mean, that's kind of where I've started at, and trying to figure out what I need to do and everything along those lines. You guys have a lovely house here. It's more than I'm used to in a long while.
Yeah, we've done pretty good for our 2 weeks of adventuring together.
Only 2 weeks.
I think we're at like a month now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Rith seemed to tell me that you guys were very experienced in all of this.
We've been together for 4 months.
Oh, okay. I'm sure you guys are more than capable. You do know Ski Rod is very strong, correct?
Has everyone seen him, or just a few?
Seen Ski Rod?
Yeah.
I think we were all in the bar that night,
You
weren't
guys
we?
are
was
all
this-
in the bar.
I was
You
saying,
were
was
in
it
the
someone
bar,
else that talked to
yes.
him?
Nope,
No,
he
I
was
mean you
there
guys were in the
bar.
bar.
Okay.
Mhm.
I couldn't remember off the top of my head.
Well,
I looked at Kovac. We leave as soon as we have map of where place might be and all affairs settled here.
El Hazir did tell me that he's gotten a new shipment of items in. If if we would want to maybe take a stop by there and see if anything he has would be useful for the journey.
Yes.
Does Ski Rod have a following?
Yes. As group of followers.
How big?
Unknown. How many
Rose.
attacked Mano?
It was a decent amount.
Just him. Just him.
him.
Just him.
Just him.
Yeah. Remember, we were attacked by the group on the way to where we were going because we kept
5 less?
Yeah.
Because we killed 5.
Yeah, we kept some of their pendants because we thought it might be useful to infiltrate.
I imagine after defeating Mono, he's probably gained some followers. Because that would be one of his direct competitions for people and beliefs. And if you assassinate the leader of another following, it usually results in you gaining more, sadly.
Well, I may not speak for everyone, but any
don't.
family of Riths is family for us. So, welcome to our tower.
Thank you. You do know we're not actually related family. We're just.
I
brothers and-
could see the resemblance. Would
Okay.
would be a
I mean-
little different, but
I just
I
nudge,
mean, we both-
nudge
in
Kelnorn and
in
I'm like,
spirit.
they're brothers like us.
We're an odd family too, so we understand.
Okay. Well, thank you. I mean, I have a very shared common goal, and I want to see it achieved more than anything right now. It's been a hard travel, and I'm happy for the companionship at this point. Going at it alone has been tiring, and it's nice to see a familiar face and someone who can relate to the pain that I'm feeling.
We have extra room, right?
Yes.
In tower?
yeah, there's an empty one.
Oh,
Next story floor, second floor.
well, I appreciate it. I mean, I'm good staying at the end if you guys need me to, but it doesn't
no.
matter
No.
to me.
No,
Stay
no.
here,
Okay.
family. Extra room yours. For now.
Yeah, this place is much better to stay than the inn.
I mean,
Both
Yeah.
both of them.
We have stuff to settle, right?
Yep.
A few things, I believe.
Fair enough.
We need
Damien, feel free, make self at home while we settle up things on our end first.
all right. I may need to head back to the end or back there and grab the rest of my things, and then I can bring it over here if everybody's all right with that.
Feel free to use
I'll
my
be
horse.
here. I'll be
Okay.
here to show him to his room when he comes back. I presume it's the empty one on the second floor.
Yes. Thank you, Oga.
Of course.
Hey, did
No.
did you get a chance to talk to Nija while we were away?
Briefly, yes. We've had a couple of get-togethers with Shelby and whatnot. I mean, if you're looking for her to come on, she would certainly be willing to listen to a proposal of some sorts. If you're needing some additional assistance around here.
She was for the horses, right?
And to help, like, to help with, like, the other stuff, too. Because, I mean, I don't think we expect Ilga to work every single day of the week.
She
Right.
would certainly be excellent. She's very good at bookkeeping and such, and developing connections or networking with people. So she would certainly be of use.
Also, always helpful.
Very well. When would you like me to have her come by?
Tomorrow morning.
Very well. I will. I'll visit her this evening.
Thank you.
Can I speak to you two outside, Rith and Damien, please?
Sure. Whatever you need. Well, I
Ow.
assume Rith's coming, but
Yeah, Riz will walk right out.
I'll step out. I understand the urgency of this, but I have an odd question. Do you have a piece of mono on you, like hair clipping, piece of his beard?
no, I buried him back there. I didn't keep anything from. I guess the letter was originally no.
Okay.
No, the letter
Well,
was
It does
from
have his
Yeah,
Steve.
blood.
no keepsake.
Yeah.
It does
Okay.
have his blood on the letter, though.
I got taught a lot of spells that I never really could cast, but during the last week or so, memories and experience re-brought them to mind. And when this is done, if you want, I can sort of bring him back. I can not resurrect, but reincarnate him if you wish.
I mean, I. What does that cost? It
If
seems like a
for
very advanced magic.
I honestly, I don't. I've never done it, and it's been 30 years or so since I was taught this spell, so I would need to find out. But I did remember it requires either a body or a part of the body, like hair or fingernail or something.
Well, I mean, his body is buried up at his cabin. I did it before I left to come here.
You have Red looks very conflicted.
Yeah,
You have ability to talk to spirit first.
I can't do that part. No.
Does person have choice to come back or not?
Yes, I assume so. The spirit, I would think, has to be willing.
This is different magic than was done on you and Rowan.
Most definitely. I couldn't guarantee he'd come back as the same body. It'd be the same person, but he could be a dragonborn or a halfling. That part would be out of my control.
Ah.
It would just be a new body for the same spirit.
I don't
No.
know. It seems like
I think for offer, no.
Okay.
I feel
Mono had
conflicted
good
with him.
life, strong warrior.
He was nearing
Died.
the end of his life, wanting to pass his knowledge on to the next generation. While I feel like we could use him, I don't know if it would be what he wanted, and I don't know what the cost of the spell would be and it may be wasted without talking to him, because he was ready to pass his knowledge on to the next generation. So not at the end of his life, but near.
Or,
I do want him back, though. I don't want to say I don't.
for Riff, I'd pay whatever that cost is. But if he had died of old age or illness, I wouldn't make the offer. But murder's different.
I appreciate offer, but will decline on his behalf.
I understand.
Are you sure? This is an opportunity, but I don't know.
Mano
I both
was.
think it's the right idea and the wrong idea for different reasons. Maybe I think it's the right idea because it's.
I'll switch to Chronic.
Yeah.
Mano was certain of his beliefs and his followings of in teachings, and at this point, he is dining with the gods of his belief, and to rip him from that, even if yes, no, to rip him from that would be cruel, and it cannot be done. He died a warrior. Well, he died to Skeetrod.
He died fighting.
The bastard will die by my hands for sure.
Not if I get to him first.
No, then he will die by your hands and be crushed again by mine.
I can accept that. I don't know. I feel like I want him back, but more of that is me wanting him back than I know he's not quite there. He was ready to start moving on, so I understand, and you knew him as well as I did, so I believe you.
I turn back to Common. Thank you, friend.
You're welcome. Right. Well, that was it. I figured it was a personal thing to offer it here. You guys want to head back, or you're headed into town? I can go with you if you'd like.
I just need to go grab my stuff from the end. I don't have much there, just a different set of clothes, a small pack and different things. Nothing too major. Basically just stuff that I was keeping there. Sleeping over the last week and waiting for you guys to return to the area.
Feel
but
free.
If I can move here, that's great.
Take my horse.
Oh, it's not that far of a walk. Only a few miles, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not that far.
Yeah. I don't need a horse for that.
Takes you about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Till you return, he'll clasp his hand. And then Rith will head inside.
I'll poke my head in. I'm heading to town since we're on a rush schedule, things I need to do. You know.
I'm also, and I'll hurry along.
I'm gonna go as well.
What time
let's,
is it?
Let's
is
look
the
at
time
chest first. That we haven't looked at.
Little slides. You'll stop.
You said time-wise, Kovac?
Is the time correct on there?
About,
Okay.
yeah. I think it's probably
Okay.
about. It's maybe like an hour later at this point, but you know.
Okay.
So
Kovac will head into town then as well.
okay.
Chest first.
Just
If heading to town to sell items or purchase items, yes.
Okay.
See what
you guys want
we
to look at the chest?
yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go grab it and then
Okay.
bring it down.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's heavy. So it.
Need someone big and strong to get it. Now make a droopy
I
muscle.
got this.
It doesn't even. It just goes, grabs it.
Well,
Okay.
let's use her athletics check at this point.
I do
Okay.
need my share from the other chest. Where's it at?
So it would have been
Lilith's
on the
bag of
wagon and
holding.
it came. Yeah, you guys
Oh,
put it
okay.
in her
Yeah.
bag of holding.
I think the other chest is in Lilith's bag.
The big one that you guys brought back was placed onto the wagon, I think.
Yeah,
and then
this
you
is
put
the big
small
heavy one. The small one
Yeah.
was put into Lilith's bag of holding that had
Yep.
Kalnoran's and Rowan and Lilith's split. Me and Kovac took ours from her already.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna get mine of that. So.
Yep.
So I'll put the chest on the table and click the lock open and open it up.
Okay.
Was
So
it
you
trapped?
open this.
Yeah.
It is not
Mimic.
trapped.
It's a mimic. Even better.
You open the chest, and it is. There are on top of this pile of coins that fills this thing almost to the brim. There sits a smaller bag inside that, when you guys open it up, holds about 20 gems, semi-precious stones. And there's another bag that there's a small, like a vial holder that is kind of wrapped up to protect them. There are 4 potions inside of that of varying colors of liquids. Each one actually does have a label on it to let you know what it is. And then there is a ring, a very nice looking shield. And if you take the time to count it, the total amount of coins in here is 500 platinum pieces, 10,000 gold pieces, and 5,000 silver.
Shield.
Wow. Is the ring or shield labeled with whatever it is that they are?
There's a note. There's a note included inside of it that indicates you will have to identify the items, but the one lets you know. It's a note that's from Senator Domas, expressing his thanks and whatnot, platitudes and whatnot from the city. But it says, these gems should be approximately. He says they were valued at about 50 gold a piece. The 4 potions, there's one of Frost Giant Strength, a potion of Clairvoyance, potion of Greater Healing, and a potion of Heroism. I do have these in my inventory ready to hand out to people, whoever ends up wanting them. The ring is a ring of Comprehend Languages. I know. When you asked about that, when you asked about it, I was like, well, that's kind of funny because I've already rolled what it was going to be in there, like what's going to be in there. But okay. And then the shield, it just says it's a very finely made shield that has some magical protections casted upon it. It is a shield of +1.
Oh. If nobody else would like the shield, I will take that.
Ritz will pick the shield up and hand it right on over.
Much appreciated.
You're the only one uses shields. Makes sense.
Thought I would offer, just in case.
I use shields and I'll hold up my log.
True.
All right,
And
I
you
will
do very
put
well
that
with the
into your-
logs.
Exactly. Thank you.
It's in your inventory, though, Kovac.
Thanks.
Someone use ring?
I kind of bought scrolls to do what the ring does. Can I have the ring?
Ritz will hand you the ring.
Thank you.
There you go. It is also in your inventory.
Potions. Split. Who? What?
You guys wish to know what the potions do? I mean, obviously, Potion of Clairvoyance gives you the effects of the spell Clairvoyance for the duration of it without concentration. A Potion of Frost Drain Strength makes your strength equal to 23 for 1 hour. And then a Potion of Heroism essentially gives you the effects of the spell Bless, as well as 10 temporary hit points for an hour.
I hand the potion of the Frost Giant to Roman. Use when deciding to jump in battle.
So the first fight we take.
If you feel needed.
There you go. It's in your inventory.
I hand the clairvoyance to Kalnoran.
Thank you.
I'll look at Lilith and Kovac. Healing potion, either. How many on each you?
I say I'm just looking at. I don't remember. I've got one.
I already have healing. I don't need it. Thank you.
I'll hand it to Kovac
Okay.
then. Heroism. I'll look. You or me? He looks at Lilith.
You take it, Riz.
Fair enough.
I mean, you're already fairly heroic. Maybe Lilith should get that one.
I don't think it'll help.
He'll hand he's on a roll, so why not? He'll hand 4 precious gems to each of us.
Okay.
Right.
Who's getting the Potion of Heroism, you said?
I am.
Okay.
Any of those diamonds?
They are not. They're semi-precious.
Okay. Are any of those shitty diamonds? That way they're not as precious diamonds. No.
Nope. No diamonds.
Okay.
Split gold equal?
You know, let's
So
do that.
each of us get 100 platinum. We each
100
get
platinum, 2,000 gold,
2,000. Yep.
and 1,000 silver.
And how much did we get last time from the previous divide up? Since I couldn't carry it, I literally
It
didn't remember.
was 100
2,500.
plat.
Oh,
It's 100
yeah, it was-
platinum, I think.
It was 100 platinum.
And 500 gold.
yeah, it
is
was
what I wrote
100.
down.
Yeah, 100
and
platinum
500 gold.
100, yeah.
Yep.
Just
100
trying
platinum
to
and
keep
500
your
gold,
gold.
you said, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, how much
500
silver
gold.
was it this time?
1,000. You get 1,000.
1,000. Just making sure I've got all my notes right.
So yeah,
Alright.
you all should have gotten another 100 platinum, 200 gold, and 1,000 silver.
2,000 gold.
2,000 gold.
Yeah.
I will take the empty chest and take it back upstairs to my room.
Yeah, it's iron banded, reinforced. I mean, this is a sturdy chest.
Yeah. I'll use it as a locker.
Okay. So that'll take you a little bit of time just to get everything separated out. We'll say another half hour or so. But so if you guys are heading back into town, if you're just walking, it'll be around, we'll say 4 p.m. by the time you guys get in there.
Kovac will ride.
Okay, so
Yeah,
take you about 15.
I'll ride as well. And
Okay, so
since I'm not following Damien, he's taking a different route.
yep. Okay. So from there, what does everybody want to do while they're going into town? Kovac, you had sent me saying are you looking for the carpenter or some sort
A
of furniture
carpenter,
making?
because I don't think. Oh, what was his name? Palin? I don't think he's in business anymore. So
Probably not. No, I don't think he is.
yeah, I'll find a guard or somebody to ask if they recommend
Okay.
another carpenter in town.
All right. So as you're going into town, I mean, obviously there's guards that are kind of posted near each of the gates. You inquire on one of them, and they'll say, "Yeah, there's a dragonborn wood carver that came in town, furniture maker. Does some pretty nice stuff. He's if you go to the carved edge, he says it'll be if you go towards the central part of town, and right before you would head towards the post office, head south, and it'll be on the main thoroughfare."
Okay. Great, thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, I think his name is Ballum. Ballum, right? Yeah, Ballum. Ballum, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Kovac will head that way.
Okay. So simple enough. I mean, you've traversed the city many a times. Going through the southern thoroughfare is where you guys had to go all the time, anyhow. You do find a storefront with a very nice carved sign that says "The Carved Edge." So you walk in. There are a collection of pieces that are out there already, ranging from beds to dining sets to desks to different types of armwares, drawers, chests, things like that. Some of it looking very simple but elegant in its design. Some of it being a little bit more ornate in the carvings and whatnot. But behind the counter, you can see that there is a blue dragonborn that appears to be working on something. And as you enter, the bell rings, and he puts down some wooden carving tools, chisel and hammer, and looks up. Welcome to the Carved Edge. What can I help you with?
Oh, thank you. I just recently moved into a new building, and I need to furnish my living quarters.
Well, I have a variety of pieces here that you're welcome to choose from, or if you're looking for something a little bit more unique, I could certainly work or make adjustments to items that I have up front already. What are you looking for?
Well, definitely a bed, an armoire, desk and chair, and then the tricky one will be a custom shelving for the weird shape of my room.
Okay, weird shape is in
It is circular.
circular. Okay, so you want a
Yes.
curved bookcase?
Yes.
Okay. I mean that does pose a. It would be unique, but I don't think it should be proved too much of a challenge. Provided I could, if you're looking to have something custom made for that, if I could be given access to the room to take some measurements, and
Yes.
you could let me know how big you want it to be, that should be fine.
Yes, of course.
Um,
Our tower is outside of town a few miles, and I'm more than happy to compensate you for your travels.
oh, very well. Yes, if you wish to at some point, just let me know where I would need to go, and I can certainly do. Was there anything out in the storefront that you liked already, or is there something
Yeah,
particular you had
there
in
were
mind?
there were some items there. I'm not too high class or anything, but you do have some very nice pieces that So not the, super fancy ones or anything, but the
Something simple,
nicely
more
crafted ones.
traditional.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yep.
yes. Well, if you'd like to put, he'll kind of lead you around the store. You can point out a couple of items.
Sure.
So a bed, a desk, a chair, and an armoire. You said.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay. So he'll point those out to you. Those few items will cost you about 55 gold pieces.
Okay.
And then he will get more information from you, so that way you can set up a time with him to have him come out and do the measurements.
Okay. Perfect.
But so, all right. Anything else for you?
Nope. That should take care of me.
Okay. So, all right. So, Rith, what would you like to do in town?
Yeah, I'm gonna head to Iglar's, or not Iglar's. Yeah, Iglar.
Iglar's? Okay. Anybody else going to Iglar?
I will be.
Okay. So, I'll say the pair of you head towards Iglar's and
Or not Iglar. I'm sorry, Alhazir's. That's what I was looking at.
Alhazir's.
Yes.
Okay.
That one I am going.
I've
to.
already been to Iglar's. I'm like, I don't need to go
I
back
was
there for
gonna
a second.
say,
Hang on.
we were
No,
just there.
So
we're
I was
just there.
curious.
Yeah, no,
Curious.
Thought you had something going on, but
I don't. No, I just got the names mixed up.
Nocturne, you have something
I'm
going
going to
off on the
Alhazir's.
background there.
Say what?
I couldn't tell if you had
a
something.
fan
that-
or something.
Yeah.
I'll take
there's
care of
just-
it. Sure. Give me a moment.
Yeah, no problem. Just occasionally, like I hear a buzzing sound.
It doesn't normally get picked up, so I wasn't like,
Yeah, I know. It's weird, and it's only like occasional. It's like it would hit, and then like a few seconds later it would hit. It's all right. All right. So who's going to Alhazir's?
yeah, that
Three of
was
you.
going to be one of the stops.
Okay.
It's-
Are you
it's
going to go at
busy.
the same time as them, or are you going to go to Iglar's first? As you
I'll
see,
go-
everybody turn south and head towards Alhazir's.
I'll go
Well,
with them.
Chris was
Yeah.
on a horse too, so.
Uh-oh. Okay.
That's true. Yeah, I'm on foot.
Was anybody else riding?
No.
Nope. Okay, so the three of you, I'll get to you guys in a moment then. So Rith, you ride ahead, make your way to Alhazir's, and head on in. He sees you from behind the counter and says, Rith! And you're speaking to you in Draconic.
Alhazir, greetings,
My friend, it is fantastic to see you. I saw Rowan in here earlier today, so I was wondering if I would be graced by
Yes.
the presence of any of the other illustrious Outlanders. But how can I help
We
you
have just
today?
returned, so I'm sure they will follow shortly, I suppose.
I am looking forward to it.
I am here to buy items that might enhance my abilities, as well as potentially place some more magic on a few of my items.
Indeed. Well, what are you looking for?
I would like to see about making my hammer faster.
Okay. So allowing you to, I'm assuming, swing more in a
Yes.
shorter period of time. Okay. I have heard of enchantments that do such a thing. They would take some time in order to add them to your current enchantment. So
What are we
well,
looking for time?
Potentially up to 210 days.
Hmm.
So if you
My-
have a time frame where you're not
Yes.
necessarily going to be doing anything, I know you guys are in great demand at the moment, and always on the move, but it would be possible. I just need some time.
Do you have cost estimate?
I would say it would be anywhere from 3 to 5,000 gold, maybe. I would have to peruse some of the necessary materials. I haven't made a weapon to do something like that in a while, but that would be a ballpark.
Fair enough. Second thing looking for. I acquired. He'll pull out the javelin of lightning. Acquired this javelin and would like it to return to me without me having to go get it after thrown.
Well, that one might be a little trickier. I do know that from stories that I've heard that enchantment used to be a little bit more commonplace, harder to come by with some of the shifts that we've had in the arcane. But I could do some research for you. I would have to investigate what I would need in order to do that. Do you know what type of? Is that just a standard javelin that you wish to just have enchanted to return
No,
to you?
it is already magical.
Oh,
It
do you know what?
is called a javelin of lightning. Is what
Ah,
my findings have
interesting.
found.
Interesting. That would prove interesting. Definitely challenging, but I'm never one to shy away from a challenge. I will have to do some research and get back to you on that one. Give me at least a few days.
Yes. Next item might be looking for is something to not. We were in a battle, and a mage stopped me from being able to move.
Okay.
I
So
would
you wish
like
to not have your movement encumbered or
correct.
hindered. Well, there are items like that do exist already. Normally it's considered a spell called Freedom of Movement, which conveys upon the individual or the bearer of the spell that their movement cannot be hindered or ceased in any way, shape, or form. Um, I don't have one at the moment. I would have to inquire as to if any of my other contacts have one. I did have a new shipment of goods come in here recently, but that unfortunately was not among them. They can
Fair
be a
enough.
little bit tricky to come by at points because they are valuable items, as I'm sure you can attest.
Yes. If you happen to find one, I would be very interested.
You will be at the top of my list.
Um, Other item that I would be interested in. We were traveling through a dungeon, and Miss Lilith set some traps off on us, and she seemed to go unscathed by them, and unfortunately we were not quick enough to circumvent the trap. Is there something that allows one to be quicker with that?
There, there are. It is a well, there are items that allow you to. It's tough to explain sometimes, but essentially, um, give yourself almost like a redo, another attempt at something that rewinds the clock, so to speak, and allows you a second opportunity. Um, okay, that one can be a harder item to come by as well, but I might be able to create it myself, depending on if I have the ingredients. Again, something like that would take a little bit of time, uh, about the same as your hammer, if we were to
Fair enough.
increase that one. And I will keep an eye out for anything like that.
Last I was looking at the boots you sold me originally.
Yes, have
Have
they
been
worked out
of
well for you?
they have. I was wondering if there's an ability to either increase the length of time that the spell's activation allows for, or allow me to activate it more than once a day, as I have found that there is a need for that at times.
Well, the enchantments based upon those, to increase them. If you were to do both of the enchantments, well, depending on if you only want to do one or if you want to do the other one, it would just be filling them with a little bit more arcane energy that it can draw upon. Um, and depending on whether or not you just want one or both, that can change either the cost or the time necessary in order to increase the enchantment.
Okay.
Did you have a preference on one or the other, or both?
Uh, Preferably both. Either the number would prefer the number of times I can activate it, not necessarily the length, if able.
Well, if you wanted to do increase the number of uses, it could potentially be done. I would probably need the boots for about a 10-day to do in total, would be my estimate. Um, and it would probably cost me about 1,000 golden resources to do so.
Fair enough. What would you say the cost of the other two items I was looking for might be?
Those could, depending on if I can find them from other individuals, I would say anywhere from 4 to 7,000 a piece. You will say sometimes you do run into issues with the more costly items of you're only able to magically link yourself to a certain number. So the more powerful items that you obtain and then the more uses that they have can certainly be limited by your own ability to link yourself to them.
Fair enough. I do have two items that what was the word, attuned to?
Yes, that would be the academic term.
Um, would enhancing the boots, well, the boots are, never mind, the boots are already there. Before I decide, what did you get in recently?
Well,
Or I'm sure my group will be following here. If you would like to explain once to them, we can.
well, if you wish to wait, that's fine. I'll say in the meantime, if you wouldn't mind telling me about your journey, I would be fascinated to hear.
Yeah,
So,
he'll pass the time
okay,
chatting up. He'll probably give it. He'll tell the whole story. And if nobody's come, then he'll ask again. Well, what
okay,
did you have? So we'll see where that goes.
okay. So he will ask questions as far as the storytelling goes. I would say you get almost basically right to the end, at least of the twins being defeated. Before as the rest of the party members enter in. So Rowan, Lilith, and Kelnorn, you guys arrive at El Hazir's to see the pair of them speaking in, you would assume, Draconic, based off of some of the more heavy S and type sounds that are being emitted. And from what you've heard Rith speaking before. But El Hazir kind of stops mid-sentence. Says, well, Rith, I see your companions have arrived. It's good to see you again, Rowan. Welcome back. To the rest of you fine members of the Outlanders, welcome once again.
Oh, Hazir, my friend.
Rith was telling me about your journeys up north in the somewhat infamous city of Hillsfar.
Oh, I hope its reputation is going to change.
Indeed, that would be quite the fine change. But Rith was inquiring as to the new items that I received in, as I was told Rowan earlier that I had received some additional items in here recently, and wish to wait until you arrive to see if you wish to peruse my wares as well.
Of course.
But before I get to that, was there any other business that you wish to see to first?
Oh, I do have one more. Do you need to create another sending stone that sends stuff? Do you
What
need
would I need to
all?
create?
Yes.
No, if you're wishing to add to the
Yes. One more.
stones that you have presently. One more? Very well.
One more.
It would be a simple matter of simple 100 gold pieces. He'll pull out from underneath a collection of stones that he has, varying different shapes, a few different hues of rock. Also need to pick one of those, and if you wish to leave one of yours with me, I could probably have this ready in a few hours at most.
I'll hand him my stone.
Very well.
I'll hand him 100 gold.
Thank you. Did you have a stone in here that you wish to pick from, or just?
Is there a red one?
There's one that has some kind of red swirls through it.
Yeah. Okay. I already got a heart one for someone else.
We did get a heart one. I can't remember who has the heart one, but someone has a heart one. So, if you want to give me just a moment, I'll have one of my assistants start work on this. Give me one moment, and he will turn around and go into the back, and about 60 or so seconds later, he comes back out as well. They're going to go ahead and begin working on that one for you. Like I said, shouldn't be too long, but what else did you? Any other business with the?
Let's see what you have.
Very well. So what he will go through is he has a couple of items. The first one that he has is a wand of magic missiles that has 25 charges on it. So allows you to cast the spell magic missile. Depending on how many charges you use, tells you how many, basically how many missiles you will shoot from it. Cost 2,000 gold pieces for that.
Your wands aren't rechargeable, right? They don't recharge at the end of the day.
Correct. Yeah, that's the way that we're doing it in this one.
Okay, I thought so. We did it in the other one. I was just curious, making sure that was the same philosophy.
Just stayed the same.
Yeah.
He'll say the next one that he has is called an Ioun stone. He'll say these stones, they have the ability that once you attune to them, you can set them out in front of you, and then they will circle your head. Each one has a different power or ability that it confers to its wielder. This one allows you to store up to 3 levels worth of spells in it. And then once the spell is expended, you can then choose to recharge it. But when you use it, the spell uses the slot that you charge, the spell slot that you put in there. The save DC and everything is based off of the ability of the original caster. So if you were to put a spell in there and then allow someone else to attune to it, they would be able to cast the spell as if the original caster was casting it. He'll say this one is about 6,000 gold pieces. He has a rope of climbing, which when a command word is uttered, the rope will snake either up or across or anything and tie itself to an object that you dictate. It's 50 feet in length. It's a cost of about 750 gold. There is another item called a Staff of Healing. This one, he'll say, is a bit more expensive just because of the abilities that it allows you to use. It's 7,000 gold pieces, but it does have 50 charges on it. It is also not rechargeable like the staff, like the wands would be, but it will allow you to, depending on how many charges you wish to expend, allow you to cast Cure Wounds, 1 charge per level, Lesser Restoration, or Mass Cure Wounds. Each one has a different number of charges that it would require. It also can be used as a weapon if you choose to. So it does require attunement by the specific types of casting classes, either those with a more divine or nature focus, or ones that tend to not really pick one, kind of such as like a bard. Oh,
What a terrible class.
It's awful.
It is.
Like I said, that one he says is 7,000 gold. There is also another item that he has called the Cape of Mount Bunk. That one allows you to cast Dimension Door as an action once per day, and the cape recharges at the next dawn. Basically, it leaves, and he say there's a little added effect when you do it. The cape leaves behind a puff of smoke, and you can basically you can choose the color that it leaves, but it slightly obscures the space that you left and the space that you appear in. So, and then it dissipates in a few seconds. So, kind of makes you a little harder to see for at least a turn. That particular one costs 5,000 gold as well.
Wirth will ask what Dimension Door is. You don't need to explain it, but he'll
that's
ask.
fine. Yeah, he'll let you know. He'll say the intriguing part about this one is, even though this one has a more potent spell equipped to it, it does not require any kind of attunement. So the next item that he has is a Ring of Protection, which gives +1 to AC and saves. That one is 7,000 gold. He has another item, he says, which is kind of an interesting piece, but he cannot tell you exactly what items it holds, but it's a deck of illusions. What it does have is 16 cards left in it. And it'll say when you pull out a card, it will generate an illusion. And then the illusion will last for a period of time. And then once the illusion ends, that card is basically done. It goes blank and it cannot be used again. Again, he's not sure on all of the different ones because if you pull the card and look at it, it will, or if you pull the card to use them, it will use the card. So it's kind of a at your own risk type of thing, but it's 800 gold for that one. He also has an item called it's called a Rod of a Pact Keeper. +1 is the enchantment on it, but basically this one would allow a warlock to increase the spell DCs by 1 or their attack bonuses by 1. It does require attunement, and also in addition, you can actually regain a warlock spell as an action while holding the rod. So you can use an action and regain a warlock spell. He'll say that one costs about 1,200 gold pieces. And then he has a collection of potions. He has some potions of heroism. He has potions of resistance, different energy types, about 2 of each. Not of all of the different energies, but it basically say fire, ice, poison, acid, lightning, and thunder. So he also have potions of healing. He has 5 of those. 3 potions of greater healing. An oil of slipperiness, which, hang on, I think that does here, sorry. So that one, the affected creature basically gains the effect of freedom of movement for 8 hours. Or you can pour the oil on the ground and it acts as a grease spell for the next 8 hours. So it is a one-time use item, though. So those are the items that he has in his inventory now.
We should probably pick up the healing potions. And I'll admit that staff sounds super cool. But I kind of need to get some things before I try to buy that staff.
So fair enough. If it's something that you have an interest in, I could certainly set it aside for a little while.
Yeah, it calls.
Can certainly be a very useful item, especially for one of your chosen profession.
I kind of need to pick up some spell components.
Oh, of course.
Specific ones. I need a tiny bell and some silver wire. And do you have a tiny dragon statue or Hylianort dragon-like trinket? And do you have some agate?
Some maggot?
Uh-huh.
Like the stone?
Yes, sir.
I probably have something in my stores in the back. You said a tiny dragon, either likeness figurine or anything like that?
Yes, it doesn't need to do anything, but if I'm going to cast a particular spell, I need a dragon icon of sorts.
Understood.
Like 500 gold.
Worth 500. Okay, that would be my next question. If it need to have a certain value to it, I will have to look in the back. He calls someone over. He's like, would you go look for these items? And yes, just take a look in the back stores. We have some special components back there, and see if Okay, go. I'll have them look.
So many of my spells require stuff I can literally just find laying about. This is
Well, as is
new
most
for
magic.
me.
But the more potent our spells become, the more costly they become, unfortunately, and tedious to acquire. But I believe I should have what you're looking for, yes.
Also,
Does the agate need to be worth any specific amount?
about 1,000
About
gold.
1,000. Okay. He'll kind of mutter for a second under his breath. Good. Okay. All right. Anyone else?
I'd really love the ring, but I don't quite have that much.
Well, if you have anything that you would like to potentially trade, we could certainly put that towards any kind of purchase that you have. I am always looking for more goods as well. And as I told Master Baron here, or if you wish to mull it over for a bit, I would be happy to place it on hold for you for a period of time.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll have to wait.
Very well.
Would like to buy. I was speaking Draconic.
Yeah.
I'll do the. You called it a rope of climbing.
Yes, quite a useful item. Underutilized probably by most, but very useful.
Sounds like it could be beneficial at some point. I would like to buy that.
Very well.
Would you take Hillhand 4 gems? Gems as part of payment?
If it's of sufficient value, I could certainly apply that towards the payment. Yes. So, are you handing him
Well,
4 of them?
yeah.
Okay. So he'll take a look at it and say, see what he thinks. Supposed to be Rith rolling that. Okay. All right. So yeah, he'll take a look at him, and he will offer you for the 4 gems. He will offer you 200 gold.
Okay.
Apply it as 200 gold worth of payment. So, are you giving him the other
Yep. So then I'll give
550
him the
from your?
550. Yep.
Okay. All right. We'll put the rope of climbing in your inventory then.
And then he will take his boots off
Okay.
and hand them to him, saying, I'll enhance these as agreed.
Very well. So, giving him 1,000 gold for that.
Yep.
All right.
I'll hand him what is it, 100 platinum?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll hand him the 100 platinum.
He'll take him. Like, oh, that's efficient. Much space saver. He will take that and set those. He'll make a note for himself and then kind of set it aside with the boots. Anybody else?
On the rod.
Yes.
Do I have to be like holding it for like the +1 stuff? Or just like as long as I've got it with me? Or attuned to it or whatever it takes?
So you would need to hold it to use the ability to give yourself back a spell.
Yeah.
But I would say it would be treated kind of as like your spell components. If you have it on you, like on your belt, that would be fine.
Okay.
In this regard.
In that case, I would like the Rod of the Pack Keeper,
Okay.
the Deck of Illusions, and the Wand of Magic Missile.
Okay. So, Deck of Illusions. I'll have to give you the cards for that one, what it has in it. We'll have to figure out some way of, or I think you can just choose whichever cards you want to use out of there. But
I mean, I'd be down, like, however, there's 16, I'd be down to, like, roll a D16,
Okay.
a D15, just to pick the card.
We'll figure it out. We will figure that part out.
One platinum is 10 gold, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we'll take 2,000 from there. Or 200, I mean. And then
So, yeah.
2,000 off of gold.
Yep.
Okay.
You may have to adjust I'm not sure if attuning to that one and equipping it will automatically adjust your spell DCs and your spell attacks, so you'll have to take a look at those.
Which one?
Or just the Rod of the Pack Keeper.
Okay.
I don't know if when you attune it, or because you have to attune to it and you have to identify it's identified already.
Sure.
But when you attune and equip it, I don't know if it will automatically, if Foundry will automatically do that, or if that's something you will have to take care of. We'll just have to take a look when you do it the first time. So. So. And then, basically for every spell level you use for the Wand of Magic Missiles, one charge comes off for. So, and you get three magic missiles or 3 missiles for 1 charge. So, all right.
And then I'm going to tell him that I think I'm going to keep the armor, so whenever he's done, I'll give him whatever I owe him for that. Because he gave me a range, 700 or 750 to 1,000.
Yes.
Depending on whatever, so.
Yep. So you're going to keep the armor, he said?
Well, I'd like him to work on it, but...
Okay, so you don't want to sell it. You want to see if he can remove the curse on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So he will let you know he will begin working on that. If you have like he'll ask for basically it's because a down payment of like 500 gold pieces to get started on it.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then he'll say you guys can settle up for the rest of it when he finishes the work. That will allow him to get the components he needs. If he doesn't use all of it, then he will refund whatever he doesn't use.
Yeah, I'll give him the 500 then.
Okay.
Guys, I'm not loaded anymore.
All right. After a period of time, they will come back out with the items that Kelnorn would need for his spells as well. So he'll provide you with a dragon token or trinket that is worth about 500 gold pieces, the agate, and then he will just provide you with the silver wire and a small bell. Those are simple enough to come by. So it'll just be 1,500 gold for the pair of those items and the other items you need.
I will give it to him. And
Okay.
how much for all the healing spells or potions?
So if you want all of them, let's see. He will allow you guys to settle up for the healing potions for 550. And that would get you 5 standard healing potions and 3 graders.
On those, I had 110 store credit left from the very first time we did this. Can we just take? I'd like to use that on these potions.
Yeah, that's fine. So 440 then for the rest of to settle up for that.
Okay, I'll give him. I'll cover all that the potions and my stuff.
Okay. So you would have. I will just increase your potions of healing to 7 for that. And then you had a potion of greater healing, 2 or 3 of those, I think, said. Yeah, 3 of those. So here you go. So you have a total of 7 healing and 3 graders. All right. All right. So anybody else need anything?
Well, whenever Kovac gets there.
Yeah. So I would say as they're finishing up this round of shopping, would probably be about the time that you would be finishing up with the gentleman. So just take those off. Those and those. Okay. I just want to make sure I have everything checked off my list. So, all right. So yeah, Kovac is.
How
They're
much
kind of
for
in the middle.
the slippery potion?
The oil of slipperiness is 250 gold. And he has 1 of those right now.
Ritz will buy that from him.
Okay. So basically it would work in the same fashion as a potion. If you have it on your belt, you can just uncork it and just dump it on yourself if you want to give yourself freedom of movement. Or you can use your action to basically dump it on the ground and it will spread and give you the effects of the grease trap.
Okay.
Both lasting for 8 hours. So.
Yeah, he cares about the first part more than the.
I figured as much.
Yeah, so just add that to my inventory and
Yep.
You're good. I'll have that on my belt.
Okay. There you go. All right, so Kovac, you walk in. You can see they're kind of exchanging coins and whatnot. Elhazir's giving them items, and he'll spot you. Master Kovac, nice. Well, the whole group is here. It's been quite a while, so welcome in. Welcome in. I'll be with you in just a moment.
Okay, take your time.
He will finish handing out the items. And he will let you know the rest of the items that are still available if you're wishing to partake in any of them.
Okay. Well, maybe. My first priority was, do you happen to have any bags of holding in your inventory?
I do keep a couple, at least, in inventory on a regular basis. Just they are a very popular item.
Fantastic. Yeah, a couple of my party members have those, and they seem to be pretty handy. So,
I would consider them one of the more crucial items for most adventurers, but they they can be very useful. If you're looking for one, would run you about 500 gold.
okay. And yeah, what color is that cape?
The Cape of Montbark. It's
Yeah.
actually kind of it shimmers in between like a crimson red and a black.
Oh,
Kind of wafts with like a smoky type of texture almost to it.
Ash.
Kind of,
um,
but it like just shimmers between like a deep crimson and a black. And then yeah, just kind of like a brimstone smoke just kind of floats across it every now and then.
How much was that?
That was 5,000.
Well, I hate to add any kind of color to my attire.
If you're
But
wishing for something different, a color can be changed with a simple enchantment. It doesn't take much. Maybe 15 minutes.
oh, just okay. Sold.
Did you have a particular color you would like it to be?
Black.
Just black?
Thank
Pink?
Just black.
Yeah.
Just black.
Yeah. No, no, no. I'll
Maybe a
leave
nice
that to my
accent
more
of white.
cultured.
An accent of white. Okay, so Cape of Montbark going to. All right, so there you go. That will give that to you. Why does that keep equipping? Like your shield keeps getting the shield of expression keeps re-equipping itself
Oh,
for some reason.
thank you for reminding me. I also have an item that maybe you would be interested in. The Shield of Expression.
You pull it out for him.
I'll pull it out.
Okay. All right.
I'm
He'll
not
take a look.
a very
Oh,
expressionful individual, so it doesn't serve my purposes other than to stop incoming ordnance.
interesting. Yes, this is a fun item. I've seen a number of these over my years.
It is
If you
cute.
want, I could give you 100 gold for it, or deduct it from the
That'll be
cost of
fine.
your other items.
Sure.
Okay. So he will offer you just basically like 100 credit, so you can just take 100 off of the amount that you're paying him. So
Okay.
it'll be 5,900 gold for your, or no, 5,400 gold for your purchases.
Got it. I guess I'd offer up the gems as payment too if he had any interest.
Yeah, I mean if you guys want to use the gems, he will take them. They're always
Okay.
useful for any purpose. So
Sure.
all right, I'll go ahead and if you want, I can delete the Shield of Expression off of your inventory for you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright.
Go for it.
Come on. Oh goodness, what are you doing? Why? Again. There we go. Got it. All right, so you give him, he'll send it back with one of his associates again, one of his apprentices, and about 15 minutes later, it'll come out with the cape, which is now just a solid black that will match the rest of your present attire. So,
Lovely.
all right. So, Anybody
That's
else?
Sure.
You wouldn't happen to know where I could get a decent size like chest or foot locker, would ya? And a lock?
There are a couple of general stores around the area. He'll give you he's the couple that I prefer to use for sturdy lock boxes or foot lockers for storage purposes and decent locks. He will give you the name of a store. That they're just if you go out the door here, take a right. They should be about 4 buildings up that way.
I know
Sounds
it.
good.
So
Oh, how much were those gems worth?
200 gold in total
Okay.
for the 4 that you
Perfect.
had. Yeah.
I'm gonna start walking out and just be like, I appreciate you, Mr. Elhazier.
I appreciate your patronage. So if you run across anything else, you know where to find me.
I want to follow that way.
Okay.
I'll put before I leave, I'll ask him if he wants to buy these other smaller precious stones that I have and this necklace with the gem in it.
Was that from?
It was from the first group battle that we had.
First group battle you had?
Yeah, with the Damon Fae or whatever, I think.
Oh, yeah, I think those were valued at about. How many of those did you have? The
I have
gems?
4.
4. Okay. And the small necklace you said?
Yeah, it's a silver necklace with gems, is all it's
Yeah.
you told me.
Okay. I think the total for those, he'll offer you about 300 gold for those in total.
Alright, he'll take it.
All right. Anybody else have anything with Alhazir?
I'm gonna find a smithy. Or go to my smithy.
I'm
Where I'll be heading
gonna
out.
hang around after everybody leaves.
I'm
Okay.
gonna turn
So
invisible and spy on Lilith. I'm just kidding.
Kovacs will just head back to the tower.
Okay. So it'll be a little bit as you're waiting for Kovac to head out, Lilith, since he's got about 15 minutes that he waits for his cape to be re-dyed, essentially, magically.
She'll just kind of act like she's looking around
That's fine.
and deciding on something.
So eventually Kovac will head out. Keldorn, you said you were going with Rowan?
Yep.
Okay. And Elhazir will see you still saying theirs. Was there something else you needed?
I'd really love that ring of protection. I have 6,700 gold. 6,500. And then I have these gems.
Okay.
And I also have this cloak of billowing.
Oh, yes, yes.
Would I be able to trade that for the remainder?
Go ahead and just give me a persuasion check if you're just asking for a minor discount here.
If only you had asked that with a persuasive person in the room.
Oh,
An 8? Okay. If you offer him the cloak of billowing as well as the gems and the gold, he will accept that offer for the ring of protection. So you said it was 6,500 gold, the 200 in gems, and then the cloak.
And then the cloak, yes.
Yeah, he will accept that.
So I'll take all that out of my inventory.
Not the cloak of bellowing. You look so
I know.
majestic.
It was
I
very
know
majestic.
that was a hard one for her to give up. That's why she was because it let her put on a show.
There you go. It'll be in there. It does require attunement, so you'll just have to spend some time later on. I'm assuming everybody who got anything that requires any kind of attunement would just basically spend their evening or then at some point in the night attuning to that. So
Yes.
did you need to? Did you want to roleplay any of the stuff for the lock in the lockbox for Rowan, or do you just want like a cost that goes along with that?
Cost is just fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Getting the same thing.
Kelnor's getting the same thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So he will. There are a couple of things that he can offer you, which is he'll say that there is a standard lock that you can get that costs you about 10 gold pieces. Depending on the type of footlocker or lockbox that you're wanting, like if you're wanting something that's just wooden, that's made of fairly sturdy wood, that'll run you about 10 gold pieces. If you want it to be like iron banded for reinforcement, make it a little bit harder, that will cost you about 25 gold in total. He'll also say that he has a couple of different types of locks. So he has a standard one, and then he has a lock that is slightly enchanted that makes it harder for burglars to get into. It's not any, as far as getting it actually unlocked, it's not necessarily harder than a standard lock. You say, but given the amount of time that it takes a thief to unlock, sometimes this lock will magically adjust some of the tumblers inside that will help thwart burglars. So it could take them additional time. Basically, it gives them disadvantage on lock picking checks. He'll say that one runs 25 gold.
So it would be 50 total for that lock, and then like the iron banded
Reinforced box.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Okay. Okay, for both of you? All right.
Yeah.
So you will have a iron banded lockbox that will hold a fair amount of stuff. It'll be about essentially about a 3 foot by 2 foot chest that's about 2 feet deep that will hold a number of items for you, and then a lock of trickery is what it is called. So, and like I said, any attempts to unlock it will be made at disadvantage.
Cool.
All right. Anything else anybody needed to do while in town or perusing
I was
about?
gonna swing into a blacksmith. I have
Right.
a great sword, heavy crossbow bow with 14 bolts and about 10 iron ingots that I wanted to sell. I also have the heavy iron boots that I got from that red cap, I think. And it's sickle that I wanted to sell if they're willing to buy it.
Okay. The heavy iron boots are a harder sell just because they're meant for such small feet, and they are not very useful for most people. So unfortunately, you don't find a buyer for that. But you said the great sword and the
Heavy
sickle.
crossbow, and then there's the 6-foot sickle with
Yeah.
it said you said unique metal. It's very sharp.
Yeah, it's kind of like a fayish type metal.
I suppose I would
Right.
go back to Al-Hazir and see if he's interested in that.
Oh, okay. After you get rid of the crossbow and the
Yeah.
greatsword. Okay. So for the crossbow and the greatsword, they'll offer you a total of 50 gold between the two for the two of those.
Okay.
Like I said, the iron boots, not really too interested in those, just because.
I have 10 standard iron ignits, you said, as well.
Okay. The iron is, if you got 10 of them, they'll give you a gold piece for all 10.
Okay. I'll take that.
It would
You
cost.
didn't have a
Okay.
use for them.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll head back to Al-Hazir's for the sickle.
Okay.
And I wanted to run past Shelby and see if she's home.
Okay. All right. For the sickle, El Hazir will be interested in it. He would offer you about 50 gold for the sickle itself.
Okay.
Just
I'll
because
give
of
him the
the.
iron boots, telling him that it was part of the creature that we killed, and you're welcome to them for free as part of the package.
Okay. He will state it'll be interesting as far as like for study purposes. See if there's anything else that might come out of it, but yeah, he will take those and give you 50 gold in return.
Okay. How long was it before the sending stone was done?
He said maybe an hour or two.
Okay. I'll hang around then.
Okay.
You know what?
So I would say
I'll-
after running to your blacksmith and actually coming back, because he's kind of in the northern part of town, you're
Sure.
probably, he'll mention that it's probably about going to be another maybe 10, 15 minutes before it's finished.
Okay. For the 2 items that I was looking for, would you take down payment if you found them for them?
You mean the rings for either the freedom of
Freedom,
movement or
yeah.
the evasion?
Yeah.
He's well. I don't need necessarily down payment. I would like to say that we've established enough of a rapport that I would be willing to hold on to them or set them aside as a token of
Okay.
goodwill.
I would be more interested in the ring of freedom of movement over the evasion if able.
Understandable. I will. If either one comes across, I will. I will make the. I will make the request for the freedom of movement a little bit more fervently. So.
Fair enough. I am going to take care of a challenge, or not challenge, an issue that I have. When I do return, though, I would like to get the enchantment on my maul. Is there components that you need to purchase for that?
I have to do a little bit of research on it. It's been a bit of time since I've done that, but I should have the necessary ones to start the process.
Okay, fair
But
enough.
without the hammer itself,
The hammer is yes. I for this task, it is necessary that I have this.
oh, of course, I would not ask you to surrender it. It's like, but when you provide it to me, I can buy the additional materials at that point with any down payment you wish to make, and then the ones I have at present should be sufficient to start.
Fair enough. All right, I'll just wait for the stones then.
Not a problem.
Grab both of those. As I'm walking out, I guess I'm gonna look for like a I don't know, like a general store I have a hemp rope now that I can sell. I might
Okay.
as well get rid of this. I don't need it.
All right. I mean that won't. It's not going to fetch you too much as far as that goes. Let's see. The hemp rope, they'll give you basically 5 silver pieces for it.
Okay.
It sells for about a gold, so giving you half the cost of it.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's
But
used.
yeah, it is used. I mean, not a whole lot, probably. I don't think the group's used it.
Nope.
Maybe to tie someone up or something, but that's about it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, but you said you wanted to stop by Shelby's, Kelnor?
Chubbies. Yep.
Okay. All right. Not an issue. You know where she lives, so you can certainly make your way up there.
Right.
Knock on the door. You wait for about 10 seconds or so, and you hear a voice say, just a moment.
Take your
Oh,
time.
she'll. Oh, and she opens the door. Like, oh, Kelnoran. Nice to see you. You guys have been gone for a while.
Yeah. Uh, important stuff. Involving
Oh no, of
my
course.
my people, and we're about to head out again. Something very important. I was wondering um, if I gave you an assignment, would you be willing to do it?
Um, yes. I was actually going to inquire if well, I was interested in uh taking you up on your offer to learn more. Um,
Oh, okay,
so
good. Yes. Can I step in then?
oh, no, yeah, of course, come in.
I'll get in. Okay. Well, that relates to what I was going to ask you to do, because I was going to use it as maybe a way to see if the idea of it's still appealed.
I think it does. I've been mulling it over for a while. I've talked to Ilga and about it a few different times, and some other people that I've known that have. But yes, yeah, I'm interested to see where it might take me. The after the my interactions with the House of Comfort individuals, I was a little bit less certain on the life of an adventurer, to be honest. But um, it seems like I could potentially still do some good.
I
Uh,
I believe you can.
but you said you had an assignment, something
Yeah.
that I could start.
Yes. Well, two things since you're going to actually want to try to learn. So, if most people think following a druid's path requires you to live out in the woods or a swamp or, but it's not necessarily about that. It's about being comfortable in your environment. So I need you to think about what environment you find comfortable, and that includes Arabelle.
Okay. Um, I think that makes sense.
And then I would like you to gather 9 items, one for each cardinal direction, one for each in between direction, and one that is more personal. The initial 8, they can be any item that you feel connects you to your environment. but the last one, the item has to be both of the environment and yourself. It has to be deeply personal.
Okay. Okay. So you said one for the directions, so like north, south, east, west, and then the in betweens,
Yep.
and then one that's at the center of me, basically.
Yeah, effectively, yes.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. I'll have to. I've got some ideas. I think that might work for that. Um. Okay. I can do that. Yeah. 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 I'm.
You've gone mute.
There we go. I hit a button by accident. She'll say, I'm excited to give it a try. I can do that. Is there a time limit or a time expectation for this, or
Uh, no, no limit. This it took me, admittedly, a few years to find the items before I was able to delve into my training.
oh,
But if you find them quicker than I did, because I'm a slow learner, uh, you shouldn't have too much of an issue.
okay. Well, I will. I will work at that while you guys are out doing whatever it is you're doing. Um,
And I guess the second thing is, do you ever piece of parchment and like a pen and ink?
yeah, I have some.
Okay, and I'm going to sketch a few uh druidic symbols that are used to denote like direction and like stuff like that. And I'll be like, okay, I've everywhere I go, I put these down somewhere. Uh, it goes by pretty quick, so I don't always clearly pay attention to what I'm doing them on. But uh, but they are around the city. I want you to look for these
Oh, okay.
and make note of where you see them.
Okay, I can do that. So kind of like a scavenger hunt.
A bit. These are something only we druids know.
Okay, I think yes, I can do that. She holds the paper in her hand, just kind of looking intently at the symbols. Okay, is there anything else I need to do? Anything I need to read, or
No,
uh,
no. Last time we talked, you told me you spoke Elven, and that's kind of necessary for speaking druidics. So you're good on the needing to learn any like languages or read. Everything else is learned via experience.
okay? Should say quick question, I guess. I mean, you said what was the other? She said it's good that I know Elven because it helps with
Druidic, it
Druidic.
it
Okay.
shares a similar basis as Sylvan and Elven. So the knowing Elven will help learn the phonetics of it.
Okay.
Some of it. There's admittedly some growls and grunts because we can't do anything without some sort of animal theme
Huh.
thrown in there.
Should say that makes sense. Okay. I think I can work with that. Yeah. Just say, I like your new clothes, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
It's
I picked them up in Hillspark.
well, they're very nice.
Thank you.
A little dirty, but I don't know if that's the point. But they still look nice.
Looking nice was the point, but they were the most expensive thing I've ever bought that like to wear. That I felt I should make good use of them.
Well, I can understand that. It gets like you should try being a girl. It gets pretty expensive that way too. But you know, it's they're still nice. I like it.
Thank you. Uh, so yes, that's why I stopped by.
Okay, I will work on. I will start working on. Which one's more? Should I just try to work on both at the same time, or is one more important than the other?
The items are technically more important than the other.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll try to spend a little bit of time on both, or at least while I'm out walking, I'll uh I'll try to find these.
Yes, they are. They're all over.
Okay.
I guarantee it.
Okay. I'm excited. Yeah, yeah, this would be fun. Um well, good luck on whatever it is you guys have to do. I hope everyone's okay. Everyone's still safe.
So far,
Good.
we're all good, and we're all safe.
Good. Good.
Uh, when I get back from this, I'll maybe do a better job telling what happened than I did to Iglar.
Well, if you want to come by and share what happened, I'd be happy to listen. Or I'm sure I'll be by at some point to visit Ilga as well. We've been trying to spend a little bit more time together.
Good, good, good.
Well, when you get back, tell everybody I said hello. Feel free to stop by the post office if you guys are in town.
I'm really sorry about that nickname, by the way. But
No, I think it works pretty well. Makes a lot of sense. We do post a lot of stuff in there, and we have offices.
well, if you like it, and if the other guards are okay with it. Anyway, I have a bird I still need to call, and a ritual I need to perform that's going to take me a while. So I unfortunately must call this homework assigning short.
No, that's okay. It was good to see you again. Tell everybody I said hi. And good luck.
Thank you. Uh, I'll see you when I get back.
Sounds great.
All right,
To
and
open the door for you and
I'll head out.
bye.
I'll wave. I'll sketch one of the symbols like at the base of her door, and then I'll
Okay. All right.
head back to the tower.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else anyone was doing? I know, Damon, you were heading back to the inn to grab your things and then head back to the tower, I'm assuming?
Yep. Yeah, that was
Okay.
kind of the plan. Just going up there.
Okay. So,
I was debating on animating the chest and just having it walk with me, but then I realized it only lasts a minute. So
okay.
I could extend it, but it only lasts 2 minutes then. Yeah, just it'd raise more questions than answers.
So you get back to the tower and Ilga will greet you and take you up to the second level, and basically, as you get up the stairs, there's a table that's just sitting there with a collection of 8 chairs around it. There's a door that's at an angle off to your right. There's another door that's kind of straight back, and then there's another door to the left of the stairs as you come up. She points you to the door that's on the left of the stairs and says this would be your room. And when you go inside, there is indeed a basic bed that's about a full-size type, basically a full-size bed. There is a small set of like a set of 2 drawers in there, and then there is a kind of a table that's situated behind the bed that you can use to kind of store items on. So the 2 drawers are kind of like a very small wardrobe. It's maybe only 3 foot tall. So about 2.5 feet wide.
Okay.
Actually,
Well,
sorry. Actually, it's about 5 feet wide. Sorry, it's like 3 foot tall, 5 foot wide. It's got plenty of space for you to store clothes in it, at least. Most of any of the items that you probably have right now.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, the room size is good. I may have to do a little bit of decorating. It seems a little bland at this point, but I appreciate the opportunity to customize.
Well, if you acquire or need anything or any such things, I can certainly work about finding out how much it would cost for you to obtain them and make arrangements.
Well, it seems like we're headed out at a rather quick time now, so I won't dwell too much on it at this point. But if I come back, we'll look at some of that stuff. I think that might be maybe something a little bit red over in this direction and contrast it with a blue over here. But ideas at this point. We'll get something together.
If you need anything, I am at your disposal. Again, my name is Ilga. I see to the cooking around here, most of the cleaning at this point. So if you need anything,
well,
feel
Olga,
free to call.
I consider you a true hero in taking care of these people.
Well, it can be challenging at points.
I imagine so. I know one of them very well, and I imagine so.
And she's a half orc into female.
I'm just buttering her up at this point. So
no, that's fine. She's a half orc female. Probably stands about 5'11", 5'10", 5'11". Not exactly. I mean, you've run across probably a few half orcs in your travel. She's not quite as stocky as most of them. A little bit more lithe in her figure, but still seems to. She's probably bigger than most either tiefling women or human women that you've seen. Yeah. Just not quite as big as your typical half orc. But yeah, so.
Okay.
She goes back to her duties. So.
Perfect. Thank you again. All right. I'll set up some stuff in there and wait for everybody to kind of get back. Just kind of set up and maybe read a little bit on what I have going on.
Does anybody else have anything they're doing for the rest of this day?
I'm gonna go look for Damien.
Okay. Fairly simple. When you get back, he's on the second level in your room, I'm assuming, Damien, at this point, setting up everything.
You said there was a table out front. I'll probably sit at the table in the main common area on the second floor.
Okay.
Read through a few things, write down a few notes on different decor options and different things along those lines.
Yeah. So pretty easy to find him, Rowan, as you go up the stairs. He's sitting right at the table that you guys have in the common area.
I'm like rounding the stairs going, Damien! oh, you're right here.
Yeah, Ronan, correct?
Rowan.
Rowan. Ah, I apologize.
It's good. It's fine. Uh, are you
How can I help you?
settling in nicely?
Yeah, no, the room seems very adequate for my needs. I appreciate it very much. Uh, am I okay to do a little bit of decorating in there or anything along those lines? Not at this point. I feel like we're in a hurry, and that would be um, less prudent at the time. But perhaps we can. I'll visit that with Helga later and try and find some decor options that may fit the style a little bit better.
Yeah, do with it as you please. I'm not gonna stop you.
Oh.
I mean, if anybody's gonna stop someone, it would probably be Rith, because he's like big and strong and meaty, and
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Rith is. I'm not too worried about Rith. I
Yeah,
have a
I
good
would say
relationship
he's.
with him. And
I would say he's scaried, but I mean, let's be honest. The only reason he's lasted this long is because I was there to help him. But as I sit down in a chair, like kick back.
well, I definitely think Rith is capable of handling any physical tasks that might come across him. Some of the mental tasks and the social tasks he may need help with, but if you
He's
ever need him to move something or get something done, he's definitely more than capable of that.
yeah, he's been working on that mental stuff. Yeah, I think it's going well. I mean, I don't know. I can't really tell when people are casting the spells on him and stuff. I mean,
I mean, it
Castus
can be a
too?
difficult thing. It can be a difficult thing to overcome, especially mental attacks.
So are you well versed in magic?
I have been. I come from more or less a merging of the bloodlines of draconic and devils, and I have been mostly. That's how I met Rith, was through Mono. Mono is very well versed in the different draconic bloodlines, and I was trying to decipher where my power was coming from and different things. So we met up there, and he was training a lot more as a blacksmith and as a fighter, and I was more focused on how to channel my magical abilities, and Mono was helping me with that a lot. He was a great mentor for it. Really helped me understand and kind of come into my own um, as a sorcerer, because I'd spent a lot of my life kind of um, hidden, not quite not quite expressing what I needed to happen, and Rith definitely helped me express myself a little bit better.
Yeah, I get that. He helped me to in at the pit.
The pit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the term.
It's I don't know. It's like a fighting place.
Oh, okay. Well, that would make perfect sense. So he's done some combat training with you?
More like just like here's the pit. Go in. I believe in you. Does that count as training?
I mean, actually, sometimes having someone believe in you is one of the most important tasks that you can have.
Yeah, it was amazing. Invented a new move out there. Everyone was excited about it. Oh, I would
It
show you,
sounds
but it's pretty dangerous.
it sounds very interesting. Perhaps you'll have to take me to the pits at some pits at some point.
The pit. I think it's here in
Okay.
town. So
Is it? Oh, okay. Um, you you do realize that a lot of the pits probably aren't about the fighting. It's about the meeting of the merchants and the people that own different stock.
I just go there to spend time with Rith because we're friends.
Oh, okay. There's a whole social hierarchy that goes with a fighting ring and ownership, and it takes it takes a lot to get a champion and then demonstrate that champion to others as being the best, and wagers and everything along those lines is really where the real money is made. I see value in the glory of victory, but it also not necessarily as important as what else can be gained from relationships and money monetarily.
That makes sense, I guess. So anyway, while we were in town, I grabbed something. I don't know if it would interest you or not, but no, I'm gonna hand him the wand of magic missile.
Oh, interesting. Uh, I I'm s- I don't believe you should be giving me gifts at this point. I should be presenting you with gifts for helping along the way. I- it's very gracious of you, though.
I mean, you're gonna be fighting by our side, so. I mean,
Well,
we're fighting by your side, you're fighting by our side. We're a team. I like to make sure my
I
group's
mean,
prepared.
I won't I won't deny you such a generous gift, but I do feel indebted to you in some way, and this only brings me further in your debt.
Nah.
Nah.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Well, I appreciate it. I've used a few magical items and seen a few in my time. What did you say that it was?
Wand of magic missile. What is it? It got 25
Okay.
charges?
Yeah. So I can move that over to his inventory if you'd like.
Yeah.
So there you go. Should. Yep. Okay. So. Take that off of there.
Perfect.
For me, the rest of my day will be spent putting rugs down and artwork up, and I'm gonna put my hammocks out, and yeah, we're just gonna unload stuff or
I like it.
put stuff away.
Lilith is gonna hang out outside until she sees Kelnorn come back up.
Okay.
Kelnorn,
That's me.
It's me.
wanna do some bow practice while we have a minute?
Sure.
Figure it wouldn't
I mean-
hurt.
I mean, we should probably unload a alchemist lab from your bag.
Yeah,
Set that
yeah.
up.
We can get in a little bow practice first, though, if you want. Just a bit.
Am I using your bow?
Um, you don't have yours?
No, you said we're using little bow practice.
I'll use the little bow. You use your big bow.
Thank you for ignoring the joke.
It was a good try. It was a good try.
So do we have targets?
Yeah, we have our hay bale targets. We just have to find out where Ilga put them.
Okay.
Okay. You inquire on her, and she said that they're placed in the old stables building that's back there. So you guys are able to, or Kelnoran's able to pull them out and set them up wherever you guys would like.
I'll drop my chest off inside the front door.
Okay.
Behind the stable.
Yeah. That looks like a good place.
All right, that's where I'll set him up.
All right. So you guys spend some time working on archery.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And so, Kovac, you have a meeting set up with the carpenter at some point. I'm guessing probably on the next
Yep.
day. Um,
Okay.
so for him to come by and take a look at your setup there. Anything anybody else has for the rest of the day?
For the tonight, no.
Okay.
Just unloading the alchemy lab.
Right.
Yeah, I'm getting stuff set up. I'll reconnect with Damien some more. Get the wine out, get the drinks out, whatever. Food. I'll probably check on my smithing equipment and get that placed out since that was supposed to be just moved over.
Yep. So you guys have a lot of space being used at the moment, but you do have some space in the um, cellar area.
For the smithing stuff, I'll set it outside. I'll just set up a space where I'll probably at some point go in and buy some wood to put a makeshift.
Okay. There are some spots on kind of where the on the northern side of the building where the staircase goes up. Walls are a little bit flatter over there. Probably set up something in that area.
Okay.
Or you can set it up on the eastern side away from the trees that are over there. So got a few different spots you might be able to set it up. There's plenty of space for the alchemy lab, like I said, down in the cellar if you guys want to have it set up there. Or you can
Yeah,
choose
no,
to use your main floor depending on how you guys want to set everything up. So
I'll give Kelnoran the reagents to make the greater healing potions also.
okay.
I will have the. Is it too big for my little room? At
The
the
alchemy
moment?
set,
Yeah.
you're on the second level. Um
Said it was 100 pounds is how much you said it weighed.
about. I mean, yeah, I would say with your room it's probably a little bit too big for that.
Okay.
Um
Uh, then yeah, I guess in the cellar for the moment,
okay.
and I'll set up my herbalist station next to it and
Okay.
start brewing a potion for overnight.
So, I mean, you guys do have the little bit of the open area at the top of the third level as well, if you guys wanted to use that for anything, which would be outside of the 3 rooms there. But that's up to you guys on how you want to set everything up. But so, okay, so setting up the alchemy station, setting up blacksmith equipment, archery practice. Damien and Rith spend some time reconnecting. Kovac, your furniture that you request for or that you bought ends up being delivered at some point, so you can set up your room as well.
Yeah, no more bedroll.
Yeah. So it has a basic mattress that's kind of filled with, for the most part, like hay. I mean, if you choose to go for anything more expensive at a later point, you can certainly go for that. But it's kind of
Sure.
it's kind of similar to what you've been sleeping on anyhow. So probably not a whole lot different. Uh, so yeah, all right. So you guys finish up the day. If there's anything else, we'll move on to the next day. So you guys awake at some point during the morning. Ilga will come in, make breakfast for everybody, set it up in the little common areas that you have up in the second floor. And I wrote down the name for my tiefling. I know you guys said it for the female. What name did I give you guys again for her?
Nija.
Nija. That's right. J-A. That's right, Nija. Okay. So during the morning, she will end up stopping by as requested. So Ilga will let you guys know that Nija has arrived. And she'll come in and say, Ilga indicated that you might have need for another individual to help her with some of the duties around here.
Yeah, it's a fairly big tower, and there are times we're gone for a while, and we were thinking, I mean, Ilga's doing a great job, but she might need a little help. And we're starting to get a little reputation now, so we might have people that come by while we're gone that may want to hire us for jobs. So um, we were looking for someone that could kind of handle a little bit of both of that.
Okay, and is there room and board provided with this job, or would I still need to maintain my residence and home?
There's room in the. I mean, if you'd be willing to share the house outside with Ilga.
That would be fine. Yes. And what other types of? You said that you're looking for someone to help Ilga with maintaining the tower as well as being a contact point for any jobs that would come in for you.
And possibly help like in the stables as well. With the horses when we're here.
Okay. I believe between the two of us, we could probably handle that. What would be the compensation to pay for this?
I don't remember what we pay Ilga. I think it's 35.
I think it's 35 for Ilga is what you ended up paying her. Yeah.
I would offer the same.
Okay.
I know we left gold for it last time. If Ilga was to ask Nija about it for us, but
Yep. So okay. So yeah, she will. If you're offering her 35 as well as same as Ilgo had, she would be willing to accept that.
I feel like the two of you could also just, you guys know each other and can figure out like who wants to do what when. Like I don't feel like we need to be like you do this and then go to the other one and you do that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. I mean, you guys work for us, but I don't want it to feel like you work for us.
That's fair. No, that's fine. I mean, I think we can find a fair delineation of the duties and sharing the tasks. As long as things get done, you don't really care how they get done. Is that what I'm understanding?
Exactly.
Okay. That sounds fine to me. When would you like me to start?
Whenever you can. I don't know
Okay.
if you are currently working anywhere or whatever, but
I would have a couple of affairs to settle up, but I could probably come back tomorrow. I have a few items that I would just need to move in, but I can arrange for something for that if you. So, I think this sounds like an excellent arrangement. So, is there anything else you need from me right now?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well,
Good.
she will say, "Oh, well, I will."
You left us.
Oh,
In the meantime, while
Nice.
we were having technical difficulties with our DM, Red will give Damien a sending stone, and he will hand Rowan his sending stone back. And our DM is back. Here we go.
sweet.
Sorry, my headset died there for a second. So
All good.
need
Don't
to
do that.
reconnect myself. Yeah.
Sorry, I handed out sending stones in the meantime while you were connecting. So
Yep. Excellent. So Nigel will connect with Ilga. They'll go back towards basically the house that they have set up in the back. Short time later, she will leave and just let you guys know that she will make the arrangements and she'll be back tomorrow to begin work. And at some point today, she will have her stuff brought out to the tower. So Kovac at some point as well. The carpenter will come by, Balam will come by, and he'll get a measurement of the area that you're wanting to have the bookshelf on, and just ask how much of the curve that you wish to have covered by this. Are you talking like 5-10 feet?
I would put the armoire in like the upper left corner along that curved wall,
Mm-hmm.
and then everything below the armoire to the other corner of the wall is bookshelf.
Oh, okay. So about 15-ish feet.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're looking for about 15 feet of curved bookshelf, he'll say that will run you for the time frame for that space. He'll need probably about 45 gold, and it would take him about maybe 5 to 10 days to get it done.
Okay.
So he can have that ready for you, and if you want it, he can have it just delivered. If there's anybody, when it's ready. So
Perfect. That'd be great.
okay. He'll
will
say,
pay him.
okay. He'll just ask, is there any well, will you be around during that time frame, or
Potentially, if I'm not, I will let our steward know.
very well. I will. If you're not here, I will just make arrangements then for it to be dropped off and either installed for you, and it'll be there when you get back.
Great. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you for the business. And he will take the measurements he need and be off on his way.
Excellent.
All right. Okay, so at some point during the morning, a courier will stop by the tower as well. It's back to courier day. Um, and he will arrive with a map case. That when he arrives, he'll ask for Rith. So, Rith, as you come down, he will hand you a map case and say that it comes from Master Iglar, and he hopes that it will give you or help you out as you need. So I will see here. There. Not there. I gotta find my map that I made.
I will see if Alnoran is available.
Okay. Is it in? No. Ah,
Appropriate.
there it is.
How Rith would read a map.
Okay.
Yeah, Kurt.
No, I can't look at it. It won't pull up further than that. That's
No,
fine.
that's fine. So what I will do here is I will just show it to everybody. So
Yeah.
this is what it looks like. The notes that you get on this indicate that the black circles were potential locations.
Oh,
Okay.
we've already been all over that forest.
We were at what, Evening Star? Is that right?
Deadlock and
You-
Weymouth.
And Deadlook
And
and
Weymouth.
Weymouth.
Okay.
And you did venture from Diedluck into... So from Weymouth, you went a little bit east of there for your initial mission. A little bit east and north. Where you were at Diedluck, you guys did take a quick job as well. That took you into the... west and north and Weymouth. And then at Diedluck, you guys took a job that took you to the west of Diedluck.
So anybody there, I guess I'll call down to the table or up to the table to share the map with as well.
I will commit it to memory.
Okay.
Thinking head to Weymouth and search for information. Looks like that could be a good place to decide if we go north or south.
Yes, we can. That's where we met Lady Terrasol,
She's an Evening Star, I think.
Evening Star.
Because I was just getting ready to say maybe we stop an Evening Star on the way through to ask her.
We have to travel through Evening Star anyways, right?
I mean, Kelnoran, with some of the maps you've seen, you guys could go south and approach, through the mouth of gargoyles and whatnot, but Evening Star is where you guys have gone before. Not really any time difference, to be honest.
Right,
It's just
but
preference.
if we've got a contact that might be able to help us out, that's the way we should go.
Yeah. It's just both of the options are viable, from seeing maps of the region.
Right.
So...
Out of character, the name of that other bard that we went with, was that Eli?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, you guys have done, and then you did the additional job for him,
Yeah.
where you went back to the haunted halls.
But he had something here in town. He had a base in town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He has the Pegasus.
The Pegasus. Yeah.
There's only room in this group for one bard.
So travel to Evening Star first. When want to leave? Is everybody here, I guess, first?
I am
You called for
there,
everybody, no one...
yeah.
Okay.
I've got a ritual I need to perform. I would like to make a formal bond with Treverian, but as soon as that's done, I'm ready to go.
How long did that take?
About 8 hours.
Who's Travarian?
You
So
call him Sam.
Oh,
Hmm.
Sam.
so leave first thing in the morning. Sound good?
Yeah, I'm down for leaving as soon as we can. Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. So you guys know you have about a 2-day travel to Evening Star, and then from Evening Star, it's about a day and a half. It's about 2 days, 2.5 days to Weymouth from there. Maybe a little bit less if you guys are on horse. 'Cause I think last time you guys were traveling in a wagon.
Yep.
So you weren't traveling at riding horse speed. Probably about a day and a half from Evening Star to Weymouth.
Riz will check with Hilga to see if she has trail rations made up.
Ilga? You guys keep calling her Hilga. It's
What is it?
IL. It's
It's
ILGA.
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 Oh, ill.
It's all right. No one says anybody's name right. I love this. I mean,
Well, at least it's not Beatrice.
that's true.
Yeah.
That was better. That was better. I liked that one. That was good.
Now that I've erased the H, it's going to be Ilga.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
Ill.
Igel.
Yeah.
Igel.
Igel.
So I will check with Ilga at some point to see if we have trail rations available from her.
Yeah, you guys did ask her to
Yep.
make some. So yes, she does have basically like hardtack bread that would keep, as well as some different dried meats that she's been curing over time.
Okay, I'll gather that up
so
and hand them out to people.
You guys
then.
have enough for. You guys have enough. There's also some dried nuts or dried fruit and nuts as well that she's acquired. So not as much meat yet because that's still in the process. Takes a little bit of time. But
It's in a barrel carried by Kelnoran.
you guys do have, with the 6 people now, you probably have about 30 rations in total, so about 5 days worth per person.
Okay.
We'll be fine when it comes to food. I mean,
That's right.
What you guys have me for.
We've
Good
got berries. Yeah.
That
I take all of the ones I was gonna hand to Kalnorn back and put it back in my thing. And yeah. Damien, I'll
Yes.
speak in Draconic. We have horses that we will likely ride. You can obviously purchase a horse or rent one if you want to, but I would recommend getting a horse for this endeavor. If you do
Yeah.
purchase a horse, you can keep it with us in the stable.
Perfect.
While you're here with us.
Yeah, no, I've rented horses in the past, but if you have a stable on hand, then I suppose it's probably worthwhile to purchase one.
we have a cart, right?
Are we taking the cart?
I'd take the cart everywhere.
Yes, but if the cart is full, how are you speaking this?
No, you can't. Well, you can.
He's still talking
say
in
it
common.
Yeah.
You understand Draconic now?
I point to the ring.
Ah, something languages. Okay.
Brand languages.
If cart is full, if the cart is full of stuff, then he would have to walk. So I was thinking more on the return trip, maybe.
That makes sense. Lilith is a small person. She doesn't
I
have to
mean,
take up the
you
whole
guys
street
have been to
next
the
to her.
area. You guys have been there more than I have. Is there a place to purchase horses down there? I would assume so. Any respectable town would have that ability, wouldn't they?
The town here has you could buy a horse.
Oh yeah, definitely here. I returned one here.
I mean, if we're gonna travel by horse there, it'll be faster than us walking.
Well, I think his point is he wants to bring the cart for
Yes,
access
but
merchandise, or is that what you were thinking?
Oh no, we tend to sleep in it.
Oh, okay.
some do.
I prefer
Lilith
tents.
does.
But it's,
Yeah, I mean,
it's
you
fine.
could ride on the cart on the way down, and if we need, you could buy a horse if available.
And nowadays, just grab everything that's not nailed down.
Yep,
Or you could
that's right.
you can ride
I have
Kelnoran.
furnished the tower. Somewhat.
I mean,
The kitchen has ever burning torches in it.
Kelnoran
Ooh,
can be a
nice.
horse.
That's
I can just ride him. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I
Lilith
used
does.
to before we got the cart.
Oh. Sloppy seconds. All right.
I'm not sure how that was phrased in any way.
Well, I wasn't saying. I wouldn't say that in character. That was Mo said just for the laughs.
Yeah, because for some reason there's only one person in our party that hasn't bought a horse yet.
I'm fine buying a horse. It doesn't make a huge difference to me. But if you're wanting to save some coin, then we can do whatever you'd like. As a DM note, I have no funds right now. I had like.
Yeah, you do. They're in your bag of holding.
Oh, they're in. I have to go in the bag of holding to see.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Because the weight is there, and since I gave your character
Oh.
a bag of holding, it's just in
Perfect.
there. So
Okay.
you do have funds. You could easily purchase a horse.
Oh, yeah, no, I saw funds in there like last time, and
Yep.
then there was none in there this time, and I was like, oh, I lost
Sorry,
all my
yeah.
money.
No. I just
Yeah.
moved it into the bag of holding. Just
Yeah, that's
because.
where my 6,500 gold.
That's
were.
right. That's right. Lilith stole from me. You just didn't know.
Yep.
She asked and rolled.
Right now, I have a lot of mine
I'll
in a
be right back.
magic
Hang on one second.
lockbox that's in a magically locked crate in my room.
Yeah.
Because honestly, that's where most of my weight was.
In your money.
Yeah.
It does carry a lot of weight. Like 50 coins is 1 pound. So
Wow, that's a lot. You
Yeah.
take a chest with you everywhere you go, otherwise, or a blank
or
folder.
just bag of holding.
Yeah, because I had 4,500 gold.
Yeah. It becomes 90 pounds real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. Like if you just have a ton of coin on you, you can't. Yeah.
No, it does. I mean,
Yeah.
look, yeah, taking change in to have them, sorted out at a bank or something, like weighs a lot. So I get it.
All right. So you guys are planning to leave the following day.
Yes.
Damien, do you wish to go into town to purchase a horse? Or are you going to wait and see if you can find one in the Weymouth area when you get there, or Evening Star?
On the way back, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll just go in and purchase a horse. I'd rather
Okay.
have a selection.
Okay. Simple enough. I mean, you can. There is a primary stable, or I'm sure someone in the group can direct you to where they got their horses previously. They do have a collection of riding horses. The general cost for the horse and any kind of bridling and saddling, and then basically the equipment you'd need, runs you about 75 gold.
Okay.
If you need any kind of feed or anything, they generally say it's about, they can provide you with feed either at about 5 silver piece for a day's worth of feed, and for your horse, if you're going to be traveling anywhere, or if you want to purchase, larger quantities. They do sell it at larger quantities for a discount, just depending on what you guys need.
I mean, for now, I'll just take maybe a week's worth. I assume we probably won't be too much longer than that. 2 days
Okay.
down, 2 days back, and dealing with it. If I need to, I will purchase some down there. I'm sure they have feed in a forest.
So you guys go by, you got to remember the calendar here goes by a 10-day is considered a week. So if you're wanting like a week's worth of food, that'd be basically 10 days for the horse. So 80 gold would get you the horse and 10 days worth of feed
Perfect.
for it. So, and Kelnorn, you said you're doing the ritual for to have Travarian
Yeah.
basically be able to be summoned by the Find Familiar spell?
Yep.
Okay. If you wish to go ahead and give me an animal handling check or a persuasion check to have him to kind of call out to him, see if he
I will. I'll go with persuasion. I have
has that
advantage on it.
advantage.
13.
13?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, it takes a while for mine to catch up since I'm on the laptop here. It doesn't
It's all good.
quite handle everything as well. 13. Okay. You probably spend the better part of about an hour just kind of circling around, trying to call. He doesn't appear to be in the area right away, but then after a while, there is a familiar bird call that you recognize as a. We said falcon, right? Was he a falcon originally?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Red falcon. Yeah. Familiar red wings come down and perch on a tree nearby. Sits at probably about head level to you, and he kind of hops down the branch towards you.
Hello, my friend. It's been too long.
Get the impression that he's been waiting for you to return.
I'll be right back. I forgot part of our deal, and I'll head in and I'll get a scrap of meat and I'll come out and
Okay.
offer him the meat.
Oh yeah, he eagerly takes it and gulps it down. He kind of hops a little bit further down the branch towards you. Kind of bows a little bit underneath. It's a slight weight, but it's kind of a thin branch, so he kind of gets a little bit closer to eye level with you. But
I was wondering if you would like to formalize our agreement.
kind of cocks his head to the side a little bit. You get the idea that he's intrigued.
Let's see. Did I... Oh, I forgot to. I inadvertently prepared the wrong spell. Give me a moment.
Fine.
Cheating.
I clicked absorb elements instead of bee spawn. They're right next to each other.
I don't know what your problem is with
like...
us preparing stuff.
Yeah. I would like to cast Beast Bond on him.
Okay.
Which will establish a telepathic link.
Okay.
That's... All right. This way I can get the idea across what I want to do without having to go through the awkward conversation bit.
Yep, no, that's fine. Okay. So you cast it, and yeah, you feel the link kind of set in, so that way he can understand you, you can understand him.
So I want to perform what I would call a ritual. It's going to take a great deal of time with the sun crossing across the sky and everything. But it would make you and I closer, make us partners. And if I ever need your help, I could bring you to me no matter where I am and no matter where you would be. And I throw I've passed these ideas of what happening and what I'm going to have to do throughout the ritual and what the result will be so that he gets an idea of how it's supposed to work without me having to stumble
Sure.
through the description of it.
Okay. Give me just a give me a nature check as you're just trying to convey all of this stuff to him.
18.
18. Okay. Let's see. Okay. He seems to understand. It takes him a little bit. Some of these concepts of being able to be the idea of you guys being closer or that bond is familiar to him. It takes him a little while, and you have to kind of convey yourself a few different times to help him understand how you could call him, and he would be where you are, no matter where he is. Um, that concept doesn't quite get through to his head. He still keeps saying things like 10 minutes. Would it take 10 minutes? 10 minutes? But eventually, the concepts sink in. And he does convey something to you as well. Apparently, he's been just a bit distracted as you've been saying something because there was something that he has said he wanted to show you.
Okay.
It's not important at the moment, um, but there was something when he was out um, while you've been gone. There's been some areas where he has seen something that might interest you. Um, but yeah, he does appear to be he is interested in it. Um, the concept is appealing to him. So yeah, he does appear to be on board. We'll say.
Uh, then after we do it, you can show me what you want to show.
Yes, yes, I think it would be something you would enjoy uh, quite a bit. It's a place I like to go.
I'd like to see it.
He'll ask if there's anything he needs to do, or does he need to wait
Just
here?
just be here till it's done.
Okay. And it will take until the sun goes across the sky?
Quite a bit of it, yes. I can make sure you have food.
Okay.
I'll I'll go set that up first, and then we'll get started.
Okay. So, so for your day, you will spend the time establishing or doing your ritual to establish a bond with Travarian, also known as Sam to the rest of the party. He will express confusion at the different names, like which one would you call him by? Would it be Travarian or would it be Sam as the
I will always call you Trevor.
okay. So if someone calls me Sam, I shouldn't come to them.
If it's the short one with the wide head cover, you can go to him. Ignore everyone else.
Okay. What if they call me Trevarian? Do I go to them then?
Then you can respond to them.
Can I choose not to go?
Sure can.
Okay. So. All right. So you get to spend 8 hours of your day establishing your bond with the Falcon. So you'll have the ability to use the Summon Familiar spell, either as a ritual or just a spell slot.
It uses up my wild shape.
Oh, uses of a wild shape form?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So that will take care of Kel Norin's day. We'll do what he wants to show you during the next session, since it'll
Right
be a
on.
little bit longer. But so I think that puts us about to the end of our particular session here. We'll go ahead and take this as a good stopping point, and we'll see if there's anything anybody else needs to do during the day, or whether or not we'll be moving on to the next day and then travel to Evening Star, and thus the pursuit of Ski Rod will begin. So, thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. If you're tuning in over on the YouTubes, hit all the buttons, do all the things. You know the drill. And we will see you again in not 2 weeks, but maybe sometime in between there. We'll work out any kind of scheduling stuff. There might be a conflict coming up, but we will be here for the next episode of The Outlanders here on Roll With It. Until then, everybody, have a good night and keep those dice warm. Good night.
Bye.
Yeah.